The Bengals once again fall in heartbreaking fashion, this time to the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football by a score of 34-27. Look, this game was absolutely bonkers, to be completely honest with you. The Bengals actually went into halftime down 24-6, fought all the way back, came up with a critical turnover at the end of the game, were able to tie the game, had plenty of opportunities to take the lead, and ultimately still fell short. J.K. Dobbins, with 18 seconds left, was able to put the Chargers on top with a touchdown. Bengals actually got set up for a Hail Mary. Ultimately, were not able to convert. Just an absolutely devastating game for the Cincinnati Bengals and what feels like the end of their season, but I guess they could still win out, run the table. But we're going to be unpacking all of that here on today's instant reaction video as we get in to this edition of Bengals Breakdown just after our watch party wrapped up here a couple of moments ago. But before we fully dive into everything, do want to remind you guys to hit that sub button if you have not already, youtube.com/Bengals TV. We got over 13,000 subs during our watch party, so that was awesome. And had a bunch of people that were hanging out with us for that. So don't miss out on any of our coverage. You're going to be doing those watch parties throughout the remainder of the season, even if the Bengals continue to lose. So hit that sub button, youtube.com/Bengals TV. All right, real quickly before we dive into kind of my main takeaways here after the game wrapped up, do have some injury news here. Left DJ Turner, the second cornerback, of course, left with a clavicle injury, and when he came to the surface, it was kind of one of those things where you just hoped kind of the wind got knocked out of him. That's honestly what I thought happened as well, but he left the game, was really shortly ruled out. Shortly thereafter was ruled out for the remainder of the game, and then Josh Newton and Cam Taylor-Britt, who, by the way, got benched. CTB got benched, had to kind of come back in after DJ Turner's injury. So never a good sign when a player gets ruled out that quickly, but we'll continue to monitor things and give you guys an update whenever we have one in regards to DJ Turner. First takeaway here, number one, look, it's clearly not your year, right? I mean, how many times has this happened for this Cincinnati Bengals football team? Both the Baltimore games, the Kansas City game, now this game here on Sunday night against the Chargers. So many opportunities. You were getting your butt kicked, right? And then you got back into it, and then ultimately it was heartbreak as well. Some more late game blown leads, as I mentioned, those two games against Baltimore, Kansas City. Now, this one here wasn't really a blown lead, right? Because you just found a way to tie the game. But once you got all that momentum, you're like, holy cow, we are tied. You had opportunities to finish the job, and you were unable to do so. Clearly, it is not your year, and in a lot of ways, it reminds me of the old Cincinnati Bengals teams, kind of when I was growing up as a kid, prior to the Joe Burrow era, when they just found ways to lose football games. That's kind of what they're doing here in 2024, which is weird considering all the talent that they have at the quarterback and receiver position. It's just kind of where things are at right now, and it doesn't seem like the ball is bouncing your way either, which you need some fortune in this league to be successful. Clearly, it is not your year, and that's just this game against Los Angeles really was a microcosm of the Bengals season to this point. Leads to the pinned comment of today's video. Is the season over? Be honest with us. Type Y for yes or N for no in the comments section. I said it was a must-win game, and they lost, so I guess that would mean it is over. I'll probably find a way to talk myself into thinking they can run the table and perhaps get in to the AFC playoffs. But let me know in the comment section. If that ad comes here on YouTube, that's totally fine. Take advantage of it. Hot down there in the comment section and let us know what you think. Second takeaway, you can't win with this defense. It is very clear. Look, it's kind of tough to bang on them the way I'm banging on them right now, considering how well they played in the second half. But that first half was disgusting. It was an absolutely awful performance by Lou Anarumo's unit. You're missing tackles. CTB's getting benched as he has gotten benched earlier in the season. Herbert looked like just an absolute world beater there in the first half. Felt like forever until he finally threw an incompletion. He was taking off, killing you with his legs. You didn't have a spy for him. It was a good adjustment in the second half, kind of getting a spy on Justin Herbert. But just so many bad things there defensively. And you don't really have any depth. That was kind of an issue. No Sheldon Rankins. Guys weren't really stepping up there on the interior in the beginning of the game. Second half, you kind of found a way to work things out. Ladd McConkey absolutely killed you, particularly on that game-winning drive for the Los Angeles Chargers. Two big plays to Ladd McConkey that were able to get the Chargers on top and essentially allow them to win the football game when J.K. Dobbins scampered into the end zone there with 18 seconds left. So the defense is dreadful. Really happy with how they bounced back in the second half. But look, the way they finished Baltimore and then against Baltimore and the way they started against the Chargers here in the first half, it's not a winnable defense that you can go out there and hope to win games with. Just not enough firepower out there. Too many misses as far as draft picks. Too many misses in free agency as well. Continue with our takeaways here in a moment, but first, I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in over 30 states, including California, Florida, Georgia, and Texas. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy. So your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. They also invented the flex play. It's what we're working with here for, I guess, later tonight. Matchup that is going to take place between Dallas and Houston, going with the less than on the the Cooper Rush passing yards, going with the more than on the Joe Mixon rushing yards, as well as the more than on the Rico Dowdle receiving yards as well. So essentially, you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Again, download the app, use code CLNS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. It's Prize Picks. Run your game. Next takeaway here. Look, I love Evan McPherson. I will be honest with you. I own an Evan McPherson jersey. You have a major kicker problem, like to the point where you need to try out kickers. Like that's how bad it is. Those 2 missed kicks. I said after the first one that he missed, it kind of felt like that operation was a little sped up, right? Kind of snapped it with like 1 second to go. Kickers obviously don't like to be rushed. I said, they have another opportunity. I'm sending them out there. Well, they got another opportunity, and they sent them out there, and this one was even more wide to the left. Look, Evan McPherson's been a big reason as to why you've had a lot of success in recent years, but he's not the same Evan McPherson right now. He's got to figure things out, and you might need to bring another kicker into the building, to be completely honest with you, because you can point to the defense, you can point to the offensive line, you can point to all these things that aren't going your way as to why you lost the game, all the areas you struggle in. If Evan McPherson can execute, you're probably going to win that football game. Obviously, you don't know that for a fact. But Evan McPherson missing those kicks, that's the number one thing I am pointing to as to why Cincinnati lost this football game. Another opportunity for you guys to get interactive with our show here at Bengals Breakdown. What's the % chance you think that the Bengals make the playoffs? They keep messing with us because they keep, we thought they were dead in the first half, and then, oh my God, they looked like the best team ever in the second half. Still find a way to lose. So let us know in the comments section what is the % chance you think the Bengals will make the playoffs. On a positive note here, the Bengals might have something in Josh Newton. He had a really several key PBUs there late in the game where he was able to make some plays at that cornerback position. Of course, 5th-round rookie out of TCU. Came in for CTB, did a lot better than CTB. He's really been a disaster for you. And, DJ Turner goes down. Have to bring CTB back out there. But I thought Newton made some really good plays out there for Cincinnati. And I thought he did a good job of kind of, doing leading, I guess, as a rookie out there in the secondary when he was worked up against those Chargers receivers. Really did a nice job of competing out there with those guys. And I think there's a good chance that the Bengals have something in Josh Newton. Last takeaway here, look, Joe Burrow is absolutely Superman. That guy is unbelievable, and I was kind of hard on him in the first half because I thought that first half was honestly his worst half of football since week 1 against New England, but boy, that second half was absolutely insane. The playmaking, the escapability, the accuracy, did have a couple of guys downfield that he missed, could have hit Jamar, that would have been a massive touchdown that would have put the Bengals up by 7. So that was a miss. Had another miss downfield as well. But look, this guy is absolutely nuts. No turnovers again, almost 400 yards again. They asked him to throw it 50 times again. This guy is a world beater, and that's what makes it so frustrating that this Cincinnati Bengals team is sitting where they are with a 4-7 record, because he is just that good. But what I've kind of told myself and what I mentioned during our watch party, and I've said before on the show, if you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling ticked off, if you're feeling depressed, just sit back and be thankful for the fact that we get to watch number 9 go out there and play quarterback for this franchise, because it is a sight to behold, and nobody else in the National Football League can say that. He is absolutely unbelievable, and he proved it again on Sunday night. But unfortunately, once again, it was in a losing effort for Cincinnati.